and startups deploy technology solutions that drive business growth and innovation. Daniel has built over 20 mobile applications, which are currently available on the Google Play Store and Apple App Store. He has also contributed to several notable projects, both in Nigeria, in the UK, the United States, Sierra Leone, Ghana, and India. Some of the projects he has worked on include the popular WAEC app used across West African states, the FRSC mobile app for people who drive, First Bank mobile app for First Bank customers, and energy service application for a co-electricity distribution company, Ikeja Electric and Enugu Electric City Distribution Company. He has also worked on several e-commerce and fintech applications. Daniel began his professional journey with the Nigerian agri-tech company FarmCrowdy. He later became a senior developer at ArtSplit in Lagos before moving on to serve as the head of mobile development at TruePath Vision. He also worked as a contract developer with Vuma Technologies. Currently, Daniel works as a contract developer with Proxify and Turin. Well, for people that would continue in the ML direction, I think at some point you're going to know much about Turin. In addition, he is the CEO and founder of Profectus Technologies Limited, a company that provides innovative tech solutions, and also The Shepherd, a startup focused on helping churches manage attendance and member engagement. Beyond software development, Daniel is also actively involved in content creation, where he shares insights about technology, career growth, and life as a developer. You can find his content on @MacDan1, that's on Instagram. And I think he also has some TikTok. He has TikTok, Facebook, and all of those, which he might share with us during the course of his presentation for people that want to connect with him and ask questions beyond these discussions. So on his platform, he educates, motivates, and inspires the next generation of tech professionals. Daniel's dedication and excellence have earned him notable recognition. In 2022, he was honored as Nigeria's Exceptional Mobile Developer of the Year by Tech Trend Africa. He was also awarded Exceptional ICT Alumnus by World of the University of Ibadan Alumni Organization. For people who know about University of Ibadan, that's one of our alumni organization. Yeah, because I am also an alumnus of University of Ibadan, of the University of Ibadan. As the saying goes, if you put in the work, put in the time, and put in the effort, you will reap the benefits. So Daniel's journey reflects the reward of persistence, dedication, and strategic planning. His achievements extend beyond financial success to meaningful recognition, impact, and influence in the tech ecosystem. So I present to you our guest speaker for today, Daniel Makinde. So, Mr. Daniel, you have the floor.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Nice to be here. Thank you very much for that robust introduction. So I'll be sharing my screen. So we get started. Um, okay. Oh, okay. Sorry, I need to set up. Okay, I'll need to quit and reopen to be able to share screen. So give me a sec.
Okay. All right. So whilst we wait for him, so please, if you have any question about any aspects of the presentation, so although I'm going to ask him for people who wants to talk, so I would ask him how he wants that to go around. But for people who are able to or who are screen shy, although going forward, I would encourage that everyone should no one should be screen shy. So for people who are screen shy, please, you can always drop your chats, your questions on the chat thing. So I would definitely read out your question at interval, dependent on what Daniel wants. So I just wanted to ensure that we get that piece.
Okay.
So Daniel, are you able to share now?
Okay, let me, I should be, okay. Um, Allah. Okay. Sorry, I don't use Zoom regularly, so
Okay.
this is the first time I'm presenting on Zoom. Okay, so I think we should see my
All right.
screen.
Yeah, so just to clarify with you, do you want to be able to be like interrupted, or people should ask questions at the end of your presentation?
Okay. I would like at the end, but if there's a need, maybe something very crucial, or maybe something is not clear, you can always, so that we can make it interactive as possible. You can always come in. All right.
All right, that's
Okay.
fine. Thank you.
All right. So can we see my screen now?
Yes, perfect.
All right, good. Okay, so welcome everyone. Um, as I said, I'm a software engineer, and I know you'll be wondering, we are learning data analytics, and how how does a software engineer come in and tell us what to do or what to we get and teach us some things. So what we are here to do is we are trying to bridge the gap you get between data analysts and software engineers, because there's no tech company that is thriving today that doesn't have a data analyst on their team. So there's a place for you to come into tech and also dominate the area. So it's not all about other areas, which I think Mr. Taiwo will have taken you through. But there are also some parts in the software, in the tech space that you can benefit from. And we can even help you to grow, grow financially and also grow your influence. So that's where I'm coming in. And so I'll be coming from a practical perspective, what I've experienced, what I've seen, and there's no way you have used 7 years in a particular space, you won't know what other guys are doing. Again, so I'll be coming from what data analysts do and the tools they use. In fact, because I'm a developer, most times the analysts tell me to integrate some tools into the software I'm using. So I know, oh, you're using this tool. Let me go and check about it. So I'll be good taking us through all these things. Like you can see on the screen, we have Flyer, Firebase, CleverTap. These are the tools that I'll be explaining when we start. And the major thing we'll be focusing on is what data analysts do. You can see data analysts in tech company. The first thing is what we do, the tools we use, and how to transition into machine learning, data science, and AI. So there are 3 points I'll be focusing on. I will sure take notes. And if you have any question, you have to interrupt if it's something that can't wait to the end of the talk. All right. So as I've explained, so now, I don't know. There's a trend now that you might be discussing something with maybe your friend or your spouse, or might be even be thinking something and before you just go on your phone, and that's the first advertisement you will see. React if something like that have happened to you before. Like you are thinking to buy a shoe or to buy something, and let me just even check Instagram and check something else. And before you know it, shoes. Or I want to buy a car. That's the different type of cars flooding your timeline. So it's a tech product. That Instagram you are using is developed by a software engineer. But who actually said, let's build the structure to know what this guy wants, this person wants to push this ad? Data analyst. If there is nobody analyzing the data to know what a particular user wants, developer will not be able to push anything. They will just be pushing things randomly. You might be thinking of a car and they're pushing bicycle to you, and like, guys won't rate me. But data analysts have done his own job to make sure that you are giving exactly what you want. And when I started content creation, I started understanding what we call algorithm. Sometimes I post a video to blow up in seconds. Sometimes I post a video to be dragging. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? So they know the mood, they know the time, they know what people are looking for. So, and you also see your Instagram, even though you don't follow some particular creators, you will see that they keep coming on your timeline because you watch their video maybe more than 1 minute every time they show it. This guy must be interested in this guy's content, and they keep showing it up to you, keep showing it. One day, like, okay, let me just even follow this guy. Like say every time you get. So these are work data analysts do. So I'll be taking us through the tools they use, how they come in, and how data analysts can even transition to being, a software engineer themselves. So as I said, the responsibility. So if I want to hire someone now, I want to hire a data analyst in a software company. Why am I is very simple. I'm trying to get someone that gives me answers to my questions. What do they want? What do they feel? When should I do this? When should I do that? And we know that the companies have the data, but they don't know the answers to the question the data is saying. And the only person that can analyze it is data analyst. So the reason why I will employ data analysts in my company is because I have millions of questions to answer. I have millions of questions that I don't have answers to. And you're coming to do is to answer the question. And what makes you exceptional is for you to be able to know the questions that are more important. Which one is which one is the real deal? This question, so no worry. Let's focus on this one. So these are the questions that I need to give you answer to that will make you make some decisions that will grow the company. You get. So these are decisions that makes millions of dollars. Just one data analyst can make a decision and it will grow the company from 0 to 100 in just 1 month. That's how big you guys are. And we are talking about data here. The world revolves around data now. Now let's talk about the core responsibilities of a data analyst. You can see my screen updated, okay? So the first one we have here is data collection awareness. Understanding where data comes from. So, and I don't just build data. I don't know, data analyst, you just wake up one day and say, okay, population of Nigeria, ChatGPT, just let me run name, run data, run gender. And I say, yes, I can now use the data. You now present it to president of Nigeria and say, this is the data. It doesn't happen that way. It's not very practical. So there's a pipeline, there's a data collection. It's coming from somewhere. And your responsibility is to collect. So are you collecting from a website? Are you collecting from a CRM? No, we have some tools where you get all this data from. I'll be showing us some of the tools. The source. Is it a trusted source? Is it a source that you pay someone and person manipulated it? You have to know the source first. Then the second is data cleaning, and I'm sure you all know about this already. When data comes to you, sometimes they come in duplicate, types, one is string, one is integer, one is, and to mess up your own your analysis, how to undo null, a lot of, we have the all those things like that. So next thing is the exploration analysis. So you are able to, once the data is clean, you're looking for patterns. You get, okay, every 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, this is what this will do, or this is what a group of people do, or people tends to be more on this app. This that you get, you are trying to look for pattern. Oh, what's standing? No, you are trying to get what is standing out at a particular time, at a particular period. So this is where curiosity matters, and then you are curious, you are exploring data, and it can be shortcut as EDA, exploratory data analysis. It gets so, and the next is matrix, KPI tracking. You get, so let's say you are working for Instagram, for example, you want to know how many daily active users you get. Oh, every day we have 1 billion users. Oh, every month we have, you get 10 billion users. So, okay, what is conversion rate? If they sign up today, right? Do they fall off and not use the app again? What's the conversion rate? What's the churn rate? What's the average revenue? No, also coming to start, how much are we making in the company? What's the cost acquisition? So cost acquisition is like, you are paying to register. I don't know if let's say e-commerce, for an example. You want to register on OPay. Number one, on OPay, they will send you email or SMS. If they send you email or SMS, it shows that they paid for it. All this email, SMS they are doing is not free. That's a cost to acquire you to join the app. Number two, they do facial recognition. Facial recognition are used by third parties. They are not free. For every facial recognition you do, they are paying. That's another thing. The BVN verification and NIN verification, they are not free. So all these things you don't know, you don't want to use it. But as a data analyst, all these things are not free. You need to ask questions like, how much are you paying for me to register? That's why it's painful for a user to register and end of the day not using the app. Guy, we paid like 200 naira for you to register. You get, and you now use that 200 naira and you say you're not using the app again. And data analyst will now say, oh, how much are we actually using to onboard users? We will now remove it from how much we are gaining. We need to cut off this one, no. We need to remove this one, no. Or we need to also look for another third party, maybe that is cheaper. SendGrid can be collecting, I think Twilio collects in dollars, and we have a Tamai which collects in naira, I think 5 naira. So that's 0.0 cents that you are paying for Trello. It's actually very high than 5 naira you are paying for Tamai. A data analyst can say, your cost of acquisition is too much from the data I'm seeing. He's not talking from, he's saying data, can we use this? So it's like where you come in, in KPI and matrix testing. So we have hypothesis, we have reporting like the A/B testing. I think we all know that. That's where you come and say, oh, this is the data. Sometimes we don't just come, we need to be able to design, to monitor, all those A/B testing, all these data, it can be turned into some design, some monitoring tools. You can be seeing how these things move and reduce in real time. You get, so new feature, and we also have what we call hypothesis testing. Oh, I decide that we should change something like this. I want to test this new feature. I want to see if the one we have before is better than the one we have now. So these are the A/B testing you get. So decide whether should we change it, should we not change it. That's where you also come in. If there's a new feature, you're also in charge of getting the data of what we have before and what we have now. If you change a design, maybe a sign-up flow, you need to be able to know, is that the drop-off of the new flow, is it reducing the numbers of drop-off that the former one was increasing it? That's where you come on A/B testing before they now finally say, okay, let's move permanently to it. Reporting and visualization, that's where we have the charts. We have what we call bar charts. I think you are aware of that already, where you can report. Because if you start showing your CEO Excel sheets, bro, he do not understand anything. Say, see this data. In your own, your happy is very clean. If you see this A,
Yeah.
B, C, you just seeing numbers. It's not like, oh, bro, I don't understand what I'm saying. I don't even get my point. But by the time you turn into a
Yeah.
pie chart, turn into a bar chart, everything is looking, you added some smooth animations. They'll be nothing that. Even if they don't know everything, you get fully. But they will be able to at least relate and ask questions. And that's where your work also comes in to reporting and visualization. Uh-huh. So, and ad hoc analysis, the CEO wants to know why revenue dropped. So, this ad hoc analysis is more like analyzing in ranges, in dates. Oh, why did revenue drop last week? You get you need to be able to give answers from your data. So, something happened. This thing happened. People are no longer using the app, maybe due to your increase in the transaction fee or something. They need to know all those. They need to be able to know maybe there's a white parking crashes. What's going on? You get. They need to be able to know best performing country. Oh, UK is performing more than US. Okay, let's focus on this and that. So, and that is like the surprise. No, they'll just call you. What happened yesterday? We don't make so much yesterday. You need to be able to like be ready for surprise request. That's a huge, like a very huge part of your job. They'll just call you, call Madam Ajayi for me. Okay, see you. Last week we made 1 million. Why are we making 500K this week? What's going on? Perhaps pull out your data and analyze it and tell them this and this and this and this are the reason. So can you see how important you are to a $1 billion company and how you can leverage on that? So this is just your core responsibility. So it's far above. I'm just playing with data. You are a company key factor when it comes to analysis and when it comes to decision making. Most of the decisions all these big companies and unicorn are made today are because they use data to analyze some past data and they keep improving on themselves. Now let's just a life within life of a data analyst to get. So you wake up in the morning and the first thing is that you check, you get your dashboard alerts, spikes and anomalies. That's what you do. What happened overnight? So, not, have they hacked us? Do we make new money? Do we have a lot of users happening over the night? So, if there's anything anomaly or anything that happens during the night, you inform the product team immediately. We also have the stand up. So, it depends on the company. The product stand up sometimes work through the week, in my company now, at the end of every we have a monthly meeting where the data analyst will come and explain to us what happened, the new user we acquired, the data acquired, the money we made, all those things. So that's you walk us through the feature, the metrics, and the rest. And for some that you need to maybe some data analysts are given access to the company database you get, and you now have to write your SQL queries, clean data, and all those Python and Excel. So these are things that you also do. So urgent, why did you sign up drop yesterday? So in the like around 11:30, you'll be investigating why some normally happen. You get sign up rate drop yesterday. You investigate, you check all those things, you see updates on the dashboard, all those lookout tableau and the rest, marketing meetings, document findings. At the end of the day, so the last part is something relatable. But at the end of the day, whenever they have closed the laptop, you are still opening like, okay, what happened here? Something happened there that I'm not sure of then. Might not sleep overnight because of that issue. Sorry. So let's move now to analytics tool system. So this is where okay, before I come here, let me also say when you work in a tech company, we have who you work with. So you work with product managers. So product managers are the one in charge of the products. They tell you what features to add. They tell you things to add. They tell you how things should work, the color it should use. They are mostly the head of the product. They bring ideas, and the engineering team does whatever the product manager says. Oh, they say we should sign up like this. The UI UX designer designs it. We don't have time. I'll have explained all that, but we can always go through it on our own. Once the engineering team, you also work with the engineering team because all these things they have to be integrated. I said something at the beginning that a data analyst told me to add 1 or 2 things on the software I'm building so that you'll be able to track. So this data don't come from heaven. They don't come by you going on Instagram and be, okay, this person have 100 likes, or more you go tell. So these are already incorporated into the softwares. When I'm building a mobile app today, I will have added some logs underneath that you don't need to go and check the app. You just go to that tool and go and check it. So that's why you have to also work with engineering teams, because we have a lot of softwares and engineering teams might not be aware. The first time I know about login, I was not even aware. I built the app and I was about to go live, and the marketer just told me, hey, I need some data, low. Add this thing, add that one, add that one. So your work is also to tell them what to add. I also joined a project. I'm used to Firebase and Mixpanel. And that's how this guy came up with CleverTap. Said, no, CleverTap, no, you want to use this and that's how I started adding CleverTap to it again. I added the GTM, Google Tag Manager. These are the things that you have to tell your developers. So you're working with the project managers, you're working with the engineering team, you're working with in fact, you're in the marketing team automatically. So you're working with the marketing team on data attribution, marketing and campaigns, because every data that is their campaigning, you need to know, is it adding new user? If a company spend 1 million on an ads, is it making that 1 million back? Is it actually bringing users to the app? That's the question they'll be asking you after the marketing team have done their work. So you need to work with the finance and leadership, and you also need to work with the data scientist. So the mindset is that actually the best data analysts are not the one that knows all these most tools they get, but because the tool you're using today might be adopted tomorrow. After I can say I'm no longer doing again, and we are closing, we have liquidated or something, or one bankrupt happened. But are you able to switch another tool without having to say, I don't finish, or without this, I'm dead? So his ability to be able to just know the basics and be able to switch to any tools given to you. You can join another company and they tell you that all this one, first scrap it. This is the one we are using. Are you getting my point? So it's how to easily switch to all these things, how to what's it called? You can have most of the analysis in the world, but you can't explain it to the non-technical executive in 2 minutes. That doesn't drive action. So what I'm trying to say is that also the way you put things down. If you like, use 10 analytics. If your CEO knows sabi everything you explain, nothing, no. I just saying panya. Like, what are you saying since now? What are you? So you need to be able to what? To explain to non-technical executives, those that in their life, they don't even sabi anything tech. So that data that I've painted, you should be able to explain to them, speak well, write well, and simplify it without losing accuracy. So that's the major mindset you should have when it comes to curiosity plus communication. So now let's go to the tools. Okay, so the first one I want to talk about is AskFlyer. So AskFlyer, we use it for okay, let me explain. So we have different types of app. We have games, we have e-commerce app, we have ads going through Meta, Google, TikTok, influencer partnership. Sometimes you bring a celebrity and say, oh, put number 1, 2, 3, 4, this one as a referral number. So you're able to track all this attribution. So connect ads link. So attribution is like, where are these data coming from? If I if I what's it called, create an ad on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, I should be able to know how many is coming from Facebook, how many is coming from TikTok, how many is coming from Instagram. So that's attribution you get. You are connecting the ad clicks, and people are clicking it and viewing it to install. There's a device fingerprint and matching, which you need to know. So we have to know the in-app event. So that's okay, someone signed up or someone finished installing, someone paid particular amount. We also have fraud detection, fake installation, ad budget. We have quarter analysis, a group of users acquisition dates, compare the value term. Oh, those that registered on in January are more stable than those that registered in February, blah, blah. Those we marketed the app for at this event are not really turning up, and those we're able to make all those informed decision on where it's coming from. So Afterlight is a platform on its own. I would have loved to show us. Maybe when we get to that, I would like to share the screen and to show us all these things. Okay. So Afterlight is also used for deep linking. So deep linking is okay. Let me explain. So have you ever seen a very interesting video and decide to copy a link and share it with your friend, or someone sees it and share you, and once you click that link, what happens? It will not go to Chrome. It will go and open that app itself and show you that particular video directly. That's what deep linking does. So we also need to track all those things. Which one are they sharing? Which link are they going through? Which screen are they visiting most? So these are after also helping deep linking. I use it as well for deep linking. So we have Firebase Analytics. This is used to track events. Like what I even did is that every screen you enter on the app I built is logged. So in a month, I can know which screens most people visited in a month. I can know, okay, what's it called? This is the busiest screen, or this is where people drop off. Everything is on data and Firebase Analytics. So Firebase Analytics is one of Google measurements. So you can see Firebase is a Google Analytics for apps. So we have auto tracking, force open, you get screen view, app updates. It will tell you the type of device you are using, to tell you how many Android users you have, how many iOS users you have, to tell you can export, you can debug, it's actually very crazy. I will share my screen now. Okay, let me just finish it and I will share my screen. I will show you how Firebase Analytics works so that it won't be just theory. So we have CleverTap. So CleverTap is designed for retention. Okay, now I've known all this data. Can I send them emails? Someone added 10 items to the cart and did not pay for it. Why is it on your cart? For you to add an item to your cart shows that you want to buy it, but you not pay for it. And on my data board, I'm seeing that if you have 10 items in the cart, the simple thing I can do is that maybe he has forgotten. Maybe he left and something, he got busy. Let me send a mail. Let me send the push notification and say, hey, bro, you have 10 items in your cart, so they will buy them before you know it. So come and buy them now. Once that user see that email, and you want to go and buy it, what have you done? You've added more profit to the company. You are making good move faster, and you are using data to make decisions. And that's where CleverTap comes in. So it gives you behavior analysis, user, like you can see, user behavior, the country, the purchase history, last active dates, like it logs when last you use the app. It logs the user journey. Okay, it moves from login to homepage to cart, and it stops there. Bro, why did you guys stop here? So frequency, you can see retency, frequency, monetary, segment, everything is there, multi-channel. As I explained, you have push, you can send push notification itself. You can send in-app messaging, you can send SMS, you can send WhatsApp, like it can remind you, say, Alpha, come back. So so these are things CleverTap is used for. So we also have all this supporting stack, which I believe is what you guys are used to, you know. But the SQL is mainly for database, you get. We have Python for scripting, you know, you can script out your analysis because um some data analysts request for access to database. So most times we don't give you write access or the data access. So you're not gonna clear database for us. So what we do is we give you read-only access. You can have access to database, but you can't actually do any action. So all your own work is just with pulling data. So if you know SQL, you can use all this SQL stuff to pull out data from the database directly. These are not all these tools I mentioned. These are direct, like we have analytics tools. We now have direct access to database where you can now use all this SQL to spool data. You can use Python scripting, you know, write your Python script and spool data and a lot of things. And I'm sure you'll be also be taking through Power BI, Metabase, Tableau, and the rest for viewers and spreadsheets and Excel, you know, quick analytics and sharing for note texting. And collaboration, we have the Notion, Confluence, Slack, you know, that's just for communication between teams and the rest. So before we go to what's it called? The transitioning to which is the part 3, transitioning into machine learning and data science. I would like to share my screen on how Firebase analytics work. So let me share my screen on that.
Thank you very much. So I think as you are trying to do that, does anyone have any question at this point? Any question?
No, for now.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so let me where is this coming from? Okay. Or I don't want to share. Okay, cool. Okay. Can we see what I'm seeing?
Yes.
All right. So this is one of the projects I'm working on. You can see is analytics. This is Google Analytics. So what are you seeing here? You see, I'm seeing the first thing is user activity over time. Okay, in a day, we have 116, in 7 days, in 30 days. Today is Saturday morning, so most users won't really be active. I think you can see these two here. Shows that right now we have 2 people using the app right now, and the country is Nigeria. And we can see how people are using the app on February. So there is a spike yesterday, maybe due to, you know, is it the holiday? Okay. No, the spike was on Tuesday. So this is an e-commerce app, and I believe people want to buy a buyer for for or doing yesterday. So that means there is a spike yesterday due to more people trying to buy. It's an e-commerce, so people buy clothes on the app. It's a Vint app. You can download it. We sell. What the app does is that you can use an app. No, I know ladies now. Once they use clothes for like 1 or 2 times like this, they don't want to use it again. So instead of now wasting the clothes, Kuku go and sell it, iron it, dry clean it. It's still fine. It's still as original as new. You get. You don't just like, I don't want to wear it again. So they come on the app and sell it. Now, when coming on the app to sell it, you still retain, you get, let's say you bought it 50K, you can sell it back 30K. And people that oh, this is asking and new, and I'm buying it cheaper. Let me go there. So I believe some my buyer will be there already that people have used last year. A buyer that I wore last year, I don't want to wear it again this year. Let me sell it. So people can now come on the app and buy it. Now you saw that the spike was up on Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, it went back down when people have bought what they want to buy. Are you seeing that just this graph alone, I've been able to analyze what is going on the app? That's
Yeah.
how crazy data analytics is. Like, and this is because I've logged it on the app. So this is not the database. This is just what I've logged on the app that data analysts can now use to determine what's going on. So you can see now, this is crashes. So you can see that on iOS there's no crash. On Vint, on the Android, we have just, I think, 0.7% crash here. So this also shows that the app is stable to a level, is not crashing, average engagement per time. So anybody that comes to the app use at least 8 minutes, 31 seconds before they leave the app. So we can also be thinking, is this one okay? Is it not too small? What can we do to lock them in on the app? These are things we can be using to make decisions. User retention, direct, this is the first time users. So can you see this part now? You can see views by screen. You can see views by screen. You can see the major screen people are using. You can see event counts, rated product card. See this rated product card. You can see how mad it's working. This place is when you search for a bag, and under it, you will now see other bags, right? They'll tell you that, okay, this is the bag you search for, but these are other bags you like. Can you see that we have 908,000 events? That's the highest event. That shows that that thing is selling as crazy. It shows that people actually are not sure of what they want. But by the time they see other related products, they go through it and go and say, let's say this one even fine past the one I want to buy. Bam, 908,000 events. You got just by seeing this summary alone, you are already seeing how users are thinking, how users are using the product. And these are the product view, the sign up, how people are signing up, category, and the rest. So revenue, this one, I did not really log it. The revenue rate is not really correct. You can also see the country people are using it: US, UK, Canada, device model. For iPhone, you can see they're using iPhone 13, 14, 12, 15. You can see how many people that are using iPhone 13, iPhone 14. It is like just one, and we have many, but there's no time. It's something that you personally can now go. It's full of graphs and everything, and see, like all this tab. If I start going through one by one, we won't leave this course. So that's for another day, or something you can personally check up on your own. So let me. Wait, am I still sharing screen?
Yes, we can still see your screen.
Okay, let me.
This is beautiful.
So let me see. Is there any way I can share? You have guys
Yes, you should be
very
able
much.
to share.
Okay, so we're
All
back to
right.
the
The presentation, yeah.
presentation. Okay, so now the last part is understanding the role. I'm coming, give me a few minutes.
Hi, everyone. Just to ensure that we are all here, so please can you unmute and just let us know that you are enjoying the presentation. Hello, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, we are here.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Sorry, I need to change location.
Okay.
Okay, part 3. All right. So what we have here, as a data analyst, which you understand your role already. You can transition into many things. You can transition into machine learning. You can transition into data science and AI engineer. So data analytics is like a base, a foundation for all this I just mentioned, and you can easily just switch career, because I know that some, at the end of the day, they will tell you that you're not a software developer. I don't know, they say, no, yeah, so you are working with us, but still, you can't call yourself a tech bro or something. And I know that some feel like, close, I want tech, I want to do tech. Oh yeah, means I want to be called tech bro or Texas. So this is where this part comes in. Some later start as just data analyst, and before we know it, they're now full developers. So so let's okay, let's go through. So we understand. So let's go to bridging the gap. So you already know how to query data, already learn how to model it, SQL, Python, all those things. You already do A/B testing, you already build cohort analysis, and all those. You already even visualize data already. So you are moving from data analysis to machine learning engineer. You need to understand data pipeline conceptually. You need to learn to build and orchestrate, like you use Airflow, Spark. You need to understand model output. You need to learn how to serve models. You need to, we have REST APIs. That's a building APIs. You need to be able to know Flask, fast APIs. You need to understand data quality. So how to scale it to a great expectation. You need to know product context. So it's more like what you have on data analysis, but as a machine learning design, it goes more into the development, into you are not deploying at scale. You are deploying at scale, not just at normal level. And for data science, this time around, you are not just analyzing, you are also building models. You're also saying, oh, I want to be able to build this such that I can get this particular information myself. There are some unique scenarios that might only be happening in your company. You will be able to build it and form a model for it, and you can use that model to analyze for data scientists. And we have AI development. We know that AI is the reigning skill now. And if you observe something, when you use all this your AI tool, they will tell you AI is not 100%, so AI might be wrong. Go. Do you know why they're telling you AI might be wrong? Because it's what you feed AI that AI is giving out to. If you say a mango is a goat and you feed it to AI, if you ask AI tomorrow that what is a goat, it will tell you it's a mango. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. AI is not a god that knows everything. It's what we have built over time, and we have fed AI that AI is returning to us. So sometimes they will have one way or the other fed AI the wrong thing. And you will not ask that question. AI will not tell you that, AI no get sense. Why not go know this simple question? So that's why they are adding is that AI cannot give you 100%. AI can tell you the wrong thing because what they fed it is what comes out. You that are a data analyst that are already used to data, I don't think feeding a clean data to your AI model will be a problem. So that's a very good way to move from data analyst to AI developer. So because you already know all those questions you need in data, so all you just need to now learn is to learn how to work with LLMs, all those already API. We have Open API, we have the Google Gemini, we all know, and they're mostly JSON and Python. So you can understand RAG, that's retrieval, augmentation, generation, making AI system, reason you own a specific data. All these things are what AI guys do. You can what's it called, automate the whole system of the app. You can make an e-commerce app, just instead of users to search through all the everything, you can just put an AI box. What do you want for today? If you tell you, okay, I want a shirt, what color? Blue. Okay, give you all the shirts on the system. You say, okay, are you okay? Can I buy it for you? Add it to cart, pay. Almost automated. So, and this is due to data we already have. It's now more than data. It's now going through the APIs, because APIs are the one triggering all this calling of search, buying and sell, everything, LLMs. And you can also, there's what we call agentic developer. You can also use existing platforms instead of creating AI model yourself. We have Gemini. You can use what Gemini have done, DeepSeek have done, ride on it and use to make from AI to. So let's go about the roadmap of learning. So the 5 phases of the first one is learn Python. So that's the first thing. That will introduce you to the code itself. Like, okay, learn Python for data, NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib. If you're already doing, I think, R, you'll be familiar with this gradually. And so distribution, Python, I think you can get that on Python for everybody, Coursera. So SQL too, this time around, it's not just made low-class SQL to learn the window function, the cities, strata data, regression trees, for ML. For ML, you learn all this model evaluation, cross evaluation, hands-on, and the rest, paper. All these things are stories, but once you want to start, you can just pick this up and get a tutorial on Coursera or something and can just pick it up. So after learning, I think the next thing you do, and which anybody learning anything should do, is to build portfolio projects. You get, even as a data analyst, when you are done, you should build a portfolio project. That's what you will present to people that want to employ you. So also, when you learn all these things, you build portfolio projects. Turn out model, get this public telecom data, use all those already existing data to make some predictions. Attribution simulator, you can simulate some data sets and show a different budget outcome. LLM dashboard explainer, you can upload a CSV file like Excel file and use LLM API to auto-write it, show summary. I think some are doing this already. I think even that is the first thing you will learn. As well, of course, scraping of data. So when I was learning AI, what the first I learned is me putting a URL to the AI, and the AI will go through all the information on the landing page and automatically tell me what that company is doing. So these are things that you can always quickly build as a portfolio project. A/B calculator, to notice. These are, as I explained the other time, experiments, test, is this one working? What's the difference between this particular feature and this feature? So these are things you can visualize and experiment with and use it to display for. And Firebase funnel analysis, just like the way I presented with Firebase just now, is something you can learn how to analyze it. Just have one you can play with and you can analyze it. So we have come to the major end. So these are just the outro. But before I say this, let me talk about the job market. So when it comes to titles, be data analysis in one company can involve machine learning. Another is mostly SQL. So always read the job description. Sometimes data analysis means more than what they mean, but they just summarize it as data analysis or a data analyst. So the titles are imprecise. So you check details, know if you have these soft skills before you apply. We have startups and large companies. So for startups that is just starting a company, they give you a broader scope. Their data are messy, they don't even know what they are doing yet. So their data are messy, and they give faster feedback. We can just be maybe 20 in a team. So sharp, you can go and meet the CEO, alpha, this data, this. So feedback are more faster. But in large companies, there is a structure. Though there are more well-structured infrastructure, but there are more specialized role. So in a startup, you can be the data analyst, be the what's it called, data scientist, be this one. While in a large company, you can just focus on what you are asked to do. On data, if it's 6 or 7. Didn't know your role. So also we also have building public. So anything you are building now, let people know, oh, I'm building this, I'm building this. What it does is it sticks to people's memory. I'm building it, I'm learning data analytics, I'm learning this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You post it today, post it tomorrow, post it next tomorrow. It's storing in someone's brain. That person might not even reply you, that person might not even like your post. But the day there's an opportunity for a data analyst, if you just say, I have my friend Shakirat, I have my friend Olumide, Olamide, or Bumi. Let me call him and tell him about this opportunity or send the link to our referral. And that's the person got the job. So build in public, prepare when it's time for interview, expect to prepare, do all your data sets, get everything ready, have a mock case, you get. So you just go there and have a mock, you get. It's very sweet when you're in an interview and they're asking you questions and you're not just answering with your mouth. They're saying, can you give me a second? Let me share my screen. Before you say, let me show you this. They go shoot back small, say, this is ability they do. I don't even understand. So these are ways that you can navigate through job market, trying to get a job in tech space while you're a data analyst. So we have some resources here, which I believe we also go know them, or you also go through them in your course. Kaggle is where you get free data sets for your competitions. You have the fast AI to get deep learning. We have Data Learn More for SQL, Python interview prep. Strata, Scratch 2 for interview. We also have hands-on on ML, and all this YouTube, deeplearning.ai, and Mode SQL. These are just resources for you to use for you to learn anything you want to do. So thank you very much. Last, I'll say data is not just numbers. It's the story of what people do, what they want, how companies can serve them better. Be the one who tells that story well and keep getting better at it. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy my long talk. Thank you.
Wow. Wow, this is super awesome. Please, can we all unmute and clap our our guest speaker? Thank you very much. Thank you so much. This is like, whoops. When you said practical deep learning without a PhD, I think this is also a PhD without practical learning on YouTube. No, without theoretical learning, because this is practical, like extremely practical. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is like awesome. like awesome. And we are so glad to have you. We are so glad to have you. All right. So at this point, I'm going to open the floor for questions. I'm going to open the floor for questions. So anyone who has any question can ask. But I don't know. Okay, we don't need to go for break. So let's just ask our questions right away. Just to open the floor, just to open the floor. I like the idea that you kind of pitched around not just the numbers, not just the charts, converting these numbers to a story and being able to tell this story explicitly, clearly, and in the most simplified of ways. Right? I love that because that's one of the things that we've kind of discussed over time in this program, and that is it's not about the numbers. Like anybody can go to Firebase and pull out all of those numbers, but then it is the person who is able to communicate, just like you said, and I love that. So I just wanted to ask, are there do you think so what's the value, so let me start with this. What is the value of knowing how to craft stories, like from your experience? What's the value of, like, that you have seen in data analysts or business analysts or data people? Like, what is that major skill that that has wowed you around data storytelling?
You said it already. How to communicate. That's the major thing. Because beyond all your graphs and everything, can you explain to a layman? Can you explain to a non-technical person? We have some stakeholders that they have not even worked in any area around programming their life, around data in their life. But maybe due to they're financially okay, and they say, okay, I want to invest in this. I want also be part. You get. So can you let them also understand what you're trying to say? Okay, so these are data. These are we can see if you watch weather reports, you can see how those despite showing us the world map and showing us Canada and showing us it gets all African countries, the weather, they make sure that they're able to explain to us what's going on, how it's being done, so that we are at home that we don't even understand all those graph and everything they are showing. We still understand. So it's communication, bringing it down, and that's what even gives recommendation and promotion. If you like,
Hmm.
do all the work overnight. Don't sleep. Do everything. Give us red data. And it's time for you to present, because most of the work data analysts do is to present.
Yeah.
You're able to make us understand what you are trying to present. You have done a
Yeah.
good job. You have done everything. Then, but bro, we don't understand. What should we now do now? After presenting and they're asking you what should we now do, then you know that you have not communicated.
Yeah.
But once you're done, and then oh, from what you said, that means we're going to do this, we're going to change this. That means this is not working well. That means we can update this. That means we should revert back to this. That means we should focus more in maybe Ibadan than Lagos. Or maybe we should focus on Lagos. Or maybe our market is not even Nigeria from this data analytics you have given to us. Oh, let's move to Ghana. All these data, this now, why you are saying it, people listening to you can already start making decisions. So,
Yeah.
and that is one of your core. Even though you are still you can still give them summary of decisions, but before you even get to the summary of decisions, you're already able to get what you're trying to communicate and
Yeah,
make those
yeah.
decisions.
Thank you very much. I think you've like you've destroyed the question. You've really answered it and you've pieced it out, and that's awesome. So, does anyone have any question? Any question on what was presented?
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Makinde.
Yeah, good morning.
Okay, I want to ask, what's the difference between data analyst and data science?
Okay.
because I've been
So,
seeing data science.
okay. Is that your question?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, I explained, but let me explain again. So, data analyst, you deal with data. Your own is collect data and display it and show us and analyze it, right? Data scientists, they create models. They go extra, they use, it's more like programming. It's like you creating a new thing entirely and say, okay, oh, this data, I want you to automatically do this. Your own is to report, give visualization, give clean data. Their own is to make it do something. As a data science now, I can say on this project, I can run a script that says whenever, for example, whenever someone's login, maybe a user login 10 times at a particular seconds, don't allow the person to log in again. It's not just using the data to go and be presented to you and say, I come and see you, this person logs in 100 times. So he's already making some actions due to that data through programming. So data scientists will not come and be presenting and say, oh, we made one sales yesterday, except maybe the company is using him as both, you get. But a scientist is just like science now. You are cooking up, you are using the data to cook up some already made decisions. It's like, okay, for example, we have a chatbot. A chatbot, a data science will have preloaded the chatbot with some questions and answers that can be asked and say, hey, an e-commerce app, right? The first thing is, hello, what do you want? What do you want to buy today? The person replies, I want to buy a shirt. It goes to the API, bring out shirt. Do you like this shirt? Say, okay, select one you like. You select the first one. Okay, it's cost 100,000. We want to buy. Say buy. He's using data, the data of all the items on the what's it called? On the app. He's using the data, number one, to display. It's also able to use your question because you already know any question that relates to this, answer like this. That's not data analyst work, you know. I get my point. A data analyst is to say that, okay, people, these are data, these are people are relating with the app, these are people are buying, these are people are buying. But data science will now make it more like a software using data to make those decisions. I think I'm able to answer that question.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. You've actually answered it. So it's just like this and and another level on top of
Yes.
that piece.
So data, that is data. Two of you are the data analysts and data scientists are working with data. But data analyst work is not to now start coding and start making decisions programmatically, or you get through through softwares and or development. So that's where the science comes in. Data used in different ways.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that. So another question I wanted to ask. I love the part where you talked about case studies, and you did a very great job trying to help us understand how we can create case studies so that when we are in interviews or when we are kind of presenting to people about what we've done, it's easier to just pull up. And I like that analogy. Please, for every question, please, can I share my screen? Like, I love that. I love that because it definitely communicates to them that, oh, this person knows what he's doing or she's doing. And I think that's very paramount. Like that's very paramount. Something that people should do. But one issue that I've kind of come into constant um, involvement with is data analysts are always like, oops, software programmers are always like, they are able to build portfolios and all of those. As data analyst guys, we say, oh, it's kind of hard to build a portfolio. So what do you think about that?
Okay. So, number one, when you join a company that you are dealing with their data, you have to sign some documents and tell you that you can't share this data with anybody.
Yeah,
So,
I did.
that's why at the last the interview part I was talking about, you create a mock data
Yeah.
again. So that no, I said that's why I said portfolio. I know that your portfolio is not built. You can't show what you've built with a company to everybody. That's wrong. They can even sue you for that. So that's why as you are working, you are building a mock data with the same tool. So you have your company email that you're using to work. Also create your own email and create the same thing they are using. Maybe if they're using the paid version, you can be using the free version. Whatever you are doing there, also be creating data. Now, it might not be direct data of what the company is using. You might manipulate the same data or find another new set of data. Be building it, be building it, be building it. Any of the tools you are using, be building the portfolio there. The day when you have an interview, that's what you be present. Say, yeah, so this is my own personal data. But from experience, I was able to bring all this data and just okay, I want to be able to do this one. Just like you I presented to you the 5 days analytics. I'm sure that all the stories I've been saying is when I start presenting that Firebase, the people are like, okay, this is
Yeah.
what I've been saying since. Just imagine you have that already in your portfolio that you already setting up from day one, day two, day three. And you're like, okay, let me present it to you. I'm able to make decisions with this graph, with that graph, with this. I believe you're recruiting the things. No. This guy
Yeah.
knows. So yes, you can't use real company data, but you can always create your own dummy data. And I believe most of all these software company, they have way to import through CSV because they believe that you might be using one data tool before and decide to migrate to another data tool. So instead of you losing the data from there, so these are things that AI have AI have made things even easier because you can generate
Yes. You can
tell
generate. Yeah.
Cloud AI that this is the format, what's it called? This tool wants me to upload. Help me to generate 10,000 data in this area. They are not real data. You can't use to make informed decisions. They are just mock data. But you can use to present. I know that this data are not true, but as I be,
I said, what
I
they
know how to
do.
analyze it. I know how to say this. I know how to say that. So that's why at the beginning I said data have sources, but that one is for the real work. But this one, the more data one is not for real work, it's for preparing for interview, maybe practicing and stuff. So let's not mix it together. I'm going to be creating mock data for real work. So
Thank you very much. I think you've excellently answered that question. Just to check up on everyone, does anyone has any question?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Mr. Makinde. So my question is, I don't know if it's related, but I'm just trying to understand. There's this I'm trying to remember. When we, as a lady, when I want to shop online, there's this lady that sells bags online, and on several occasions, she has issue of the website crashing, maybe because of large crowd of people shopping online at the same time. I want to ask, is it that the the app, does it have a limit? Like, I don't know how to put it. Does it have a limit shoppers at the same time, or is the developer that doesn't know what he's doing? I just want to know why things like that happen.
okay. All right. Is that all?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. All right. So yes, as you said, it's not related to what we are saying, but let me just explain because I'm a software engineer. So when you deploy, let's say e-commerce, it is hosted somewhere, which is called servers, right? And that servers are what makes you to be able to access them and say, okay, I want to buy this and it works. You get, I want to buy this and it works. Most of these e-commerce guys, because they are not big companies, as you said, maybe Instagram seller, he will not go and buy server that can take 1 million people at the same time. If you want to go, he will go and buy server that can take maybe 100 people at the same time. Maybe on a normal day, the number of people that can visit that site used to be 100 from data she has. But maybe he's now doing one discount or bonanza, and almost 300 people visited the website at that time. That will crash it because what you paid for is 100. Now your 300 people are coming in. So it's their fault. Or maybe they don't even understand, and the developer that developed it did not explain to them that, hey, because anytime I build a project, I will tell you, okay, we are buying. Sometimes when we start developing, we start with free tier data. You get that takes a particular number of users at a time or particular cost of API at a time. When you start growing, I will advise you, let's go to $20 zone. When you go to that one, let's go to, that's the work of DevOps actually. But all they were just trying to manage money. Maybe the money that will take people that are enough is $100, but it's looking like, hey, how much am I making in this my clothes? That I'm not going to be paying this kind of money on servers. I don't even get me. So most times they're just trying to minimize money they pay for all these infrastructures, and it's indirectly affecting them, but they don't want to risk paying so high, and people are not going there. So I will advise and most of this is payment per month. So you might be doing bonanza for 1 week, and you're like, then I'll pay for a month for something I'm just doing a week. So that thing costs a lot, but it still boils down to you just trying to pay for your server and maybe using the right developer to advise you. Some is intentional, they don't want to pay for the infrastructure. Some they're not even aware that they're supposed to pay a particular higher level for the infrastructure. So that's the issue around that part.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much. I think as you have really dealt with that question. In fact, there is this server that I work with, and recently, so and please, as data analysts, the servers and all of those are things that you have to also be conversant with, because you'll be working like Daniel had mentioned, you might have to work within teams where data is domiciled in servers and the like. So I'm working with a team, and just a couple of weeks ago, so we're working with a simulated data, so we are simulating data. So the funniest thing is, so a line of code was meant to generate files per simulated data. So now imagine each file has about 50,000 data points. That's about 10 MB or close to 20 MB. And we are generating about 500,000 of such data. So unknowingly, the team wrote that, instead of commenting out that line, so they were writing the file, and the file. So the simulation started on a Friday. So everyone went home and for the weekend. By the time people came back on Monday, the server had crashed because the simulation was writing files over files, and at some point the file became about 1 terabyte or so. So it was very large, so it crashed the server. So it's a very important thing interesting thing to experience in the tech field. Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Makinde, for answering that. So any other question? Any question? I think some people have not mentioned, said anything. We call names. Favor? Burkini Favor? Do you have any question?
I don't have any question.
All right. What about that?
I don't have for now.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Daniel, Mr. Makinde, I wanted to ask you, you mentioned anomalies and spikes. How bad is your experience with that? Maybe an analyst, pointed that, and it was like a bad case. It might
Yeah.
also be a good case, just like the one you gave us the other time.
Yes. Most anomalies are most are bad if it's come as a surprise. The one that does not come as a surprise is maybe you are doing a marketing campaign and you are expecting a spike. So that one, when it comes, you're like, hey, good job, you are doing. But that one that you're not even doing any marketing campaign, you're not doing anything, and you woke up to your dashboard and you're seeing new 1,000 users by 2 a.m. midnight in Nigeria. Like, hey, bro, whoa, what's going on? So you know that
Something.
normally by 2 a.m. everybody will be sleeping. That's even when you're not supposed to even see any activity at
Any
all.
activity.
And that's
Yeah.
when you now see new users like 2,000 overnight. Someone have definitely run a script that created a lot of users and doing something wrong. So you wake up to that, and that's what you address immediately. So let's say it's a normal, okay, we are doing a campaign, we are giving people 30,000 free on our app. I'm sorry for me to give that kind of
Hello.
money flow.
Okay.
It's still something I expect and it's good. But when it's something opposite, you have to analyze it immediately, tell the engineers. Most times, what we first do is first even lock the whole app first, because some create accounts, withdraw money. I think I once experienced someone creating several accounts and now using those accounts to now send money, and we should have made almost like
Wow.
8 million naira loss due to that
Wow.
effect. And thank God, we did that check on, I think it happened on a Friday. So
Wow.
the check was done, the book and balance was done, on Friday. When you want to close in bank on Friday, you do your checks, balance, and okay. When after that, this is no balance. What's going on? They
Wow.
reported to us. I'm sure that's going to be the bank state analyst. They reported to us, the engineers, and we checked it out. So that one user has been playing with our. We exploit that in those guys. You just exploit one small thing we not really think of, and they has withdrew a lot of money. And we block the app until we solve that particular issue. Just think that we don't have a data analyst or someone checking it. Just imagine
Yeah.
Saturday and Sunday and come back to work on Monday. It's happening on a Friday, and probably as a developer, I feel like, oh, I want to go and rest on Saturday. On Sunday, I'm going to church. I want to rest. Do you know how many things will have happened? How many withdrawal will have happened by Monday? Yeah, sorry, the company has closed down. Don't forget
Yeah.
about.
So bankruptcy.
So
Yeah.
you guys are very useful. You help our data. You check anomalies, and you help us make informed decision immediately before it turns to something we can't control.
All right. Thank you very much. So I think at this point, okay, Ada has a hand raised. Ada.
Okay, I have a question. So, basically, I know majority of us that joined this, some of us that joined, this is our first time in us trying to learn data, trying to be able to improve our skills, while some of us were experienced to a point. But what advice will you give in terms of the upcoming ones? I know that in the job market today, usually companies, like, in as much as they tell you that people with 0 to 2 years experience, and we know that that's zero, your chances is very, very zero. So what advice will you give people that maybe are just novice in this data industry, coming from a professional person like you, to them? And again, how else do you think they can sell themselves to these companies, organizations, that in as much as I might just know the basic knowledge, as I can as well learn on the job? right? Because sometimes they ask you, okay, which organization have you worked for? What have you done? And because of you've not been given that chance to actually do real life projects or learn on the job, it's difficult for us to enter even this organization firsthand to even learn, right, from the experts. So what advice will you give to people like us that are still trying to understand and also like break into the data analyst industry proper? Thank you.
All right. So from my speech, at the beginning, I said something around understanding the basics.
I think he's having network issues. Oh. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I think it's from his side. Probably would have to wait some minutes for him to sort that out. Nigerian network can be very funny at times. I know you would have to look out and like. Yeah, so okay, so from my experience, one thing that has helped me is collaborations. Oh, is there? Okay, yeah, is there.
Yeah.
All right,
Sorry.
I can hear you. Yeah,
Okay.
network.
Okay, let me just start answering from the beginning again. So I said at the beginning of what's it called? My speech, I said something around having to understand the basics first. You get when you understand the basics, it's easier for you to enter any tools even when they crash tomorrow. You remember that statement. And that's what the company is actually looking for. That's number one thing. If you can explain to them the base, they believe that when it comes to any tools they have, even if you have not used it before, even if what they are going to bring to you is something new, they will, when they understand that this guy understand the basics, understand what it actually needs to be a data analyst,
Yeah.
then you have a high chance of being recruited. You get, because most understand that, okay, yes, you might be using Firebase Analytics today, and what they're using is Mixpanel. They can still employ you because the way you explained that basics. So I don't think it should be hard for you to jump on this. So yes, the tools and environment are differs, which makes it's kind of difficult to get a job. But once you know the basics, you have high chance. And I also said something around portfolio. You have not used real data, but that more data you have what you have done with it is almost as good as real. That also gives you a chance. We don't have much time. I will have explained how I got my first job. My first job was not based on me building. I don't even have any app on the store. That's how I don't have any app on the store. And my first job, I'm replacing a senior developer already. So I'm a real example of you having nothing to as experience and you also getting a job for an experienced position. What I've been doing is that I've been working on several applications that are play. They are not on stores. But if you see what I've done in my local, you will see, you say, this guy don't work. So when I did the interview, they asked me several questions. I was not able to answer them. There are senior questions that I've not even heard it in my life. I'm like, sorry, I have no idea. That's how bad it was. But when they asked that, okay, what have you worked on? I now stood up. Sir, this app. I showed them. The guy took my phone. The CTO took my phone, went through it, made some posts. Oh, you did this? Oh, I did some extra animation. Everything was just so sweet. He said, show me another one. I showed him another one. Show me another one. That day I showed him like 3 or 4 applications I've built locally that are not on stores and nobody is using. I'm the only one using it to test and run my case. And when the interview ends, I went to him like, oh, this work don't go. Well, actually, before I even went, I was not even planning to get the job in the first because I was still learning. And they called me on Monday and they gave me the job. That's practical example of just keep on doing your thing. Have something to present. See, that's
Exactly.
in itself. So don't just come and be using mouth to give me stories. If you are giving me
Yes.
stories, tell me when I work on so mock data, I was able to do this and this and this. Don't be there giving me divination. Data science analysis is defined as a clinic of data. Bro, get out of here. But okay, I've done this. I've done that. They are not really practical, but I'll be able to use mock data to do A, B, C, and D. Let me share my screen. Let me show you how this one works. Let me that's what they need. So if they're saying 0 to 2, they don't mean you should not know anything. That's what people don't understand. If I'm saying you can come at 0, an intern, if I say if my company is looking for an intern, they're not looking for someone that did not know anything. No. Say she means an intern job, but I should not know anything. No. The only thing that they need is that they need someone that knows it but doesn't have industry experience. And same as some early level jobs like that, like not really mid, but okay. If you have 0 experience, you can come. So that's the way to win and get a job. I hope I was able to answer your question.
Yeah, that has your question been answered? Oh yeah. All right. Like you've done you've done justice to this topic. Like you've done great justice to it. And the questions were also answered superbly. Thank you very much. Do we have any other question from anyone? Questions? What of comments? So who is going to comment our guest speaker for for his time that he has given us today? So who's going to do that? So Princess, can we comment and commend our guest speaker?
First of all, I would like to appreciate your presence. We do not take it for granted. Secondly, I would like to comment your teaching approach, which you are not so like new to, because all our tutors try to communicate in the best way possible, which you also followed, let me say like that. And I think anybody that does not have prior knowledge on what everything is about will have something tangible to take home. So, on behalf of everybody, I'm saying thank you for your time and thank you for having our best interest at us.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So thank you very much. Like she said, we are very happy to have you. And we hope to see you again some other times.
You're welcome.
Yeah, please can you give us your handles or your
Okay.
email?
Yeah, so Markdown1 is fine for Instagram.
You can type it on the chat button.
Markdown1. And I think on the rest is I'm trying to make everything the same thing, but I don't know. It's getting that. So Markdown that one is for TikTok and Twitter. So, but you can also search Makinde Daniel on LinkedIn, Makinde Daniel on Facebook, and you'll see me there. So I'm also into content creation, so you can go there, check my content, interact with it. And I'll also drop out tech content too. So if something you want to also know more about tech, I'll drop that to the page. All right, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. So on behalf of Abimswitch Impact Foundation, we also want to say thank you. Thank you. So it's good to see you. Bye. Hey, you're muted.
Bye.
All right, bye everyone. Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
I appreciate. All right, thank you, Admin Rich. Thank
Yeah.
you, Mr.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir.
Thank you.
All right, goodbye. And just yourself.
Goodbye. Okay. Back to our local. Our local. All right, so already 11. So from what we've done this week, perhaps because of cognitive load, I would just want us to just go and refresh for the weekend. So from what we did this week, the Google Forms, the data set, does anyone have any questions? Any questions?